to be aware of the life-enhancing inspiration of knowing everything. We must desire to be present in its energetic spectrum beyond ego consciousness. In our innate knowing beyond the ego, we naturally make wonderful decisions about everything we experience, and our lives run smoothly in resonance with our innate life force. This is an individual path, and its realization must come from within ourselves. You live lifetimes within each day. Within each day, you can experience the gamut of emotions. You may have predominant feelings that seem to overshadow all else, but in truth, if you pay attention, you will find moments that cover a spectrum of emotions. You may feel happy but temporarily become enraged when you stub your toe. You may be stricken with the most profound grief you have ever felt, but then a memory inspires your joy. You may feel depressed and suddenly take a sip of coffee or feel the comfort of a warm shower, which becomes a saving grace. You may be celebrating, but then hear of someone else's misfortune and feel temporarily sad. Each one of you lives lifetimes on the spectrum of feeling each day. It were the negative forces that sabotage the positive initiatives to make it impossible to break the negative isolation. But that has now been broken once and for all. On Earth, we have received help of our extraterrestrial Palladians with their inherent desire to activate the spiritual and mental forces on our world. They are closely connected to the world of lightworkers. Palladians support valuable efforts, joy, light and love on our planet in order to encourage our ascension to the 5D world. Extraterrestrials are able to bring great progress in the mental and spiritual consciousness of people on planet Earth. Know that Palladians and Earthlings are similar in many ways. Palladians live and come from the constellation of stars known as the Pleiades. There are 7 stars in the Pleiades. They come from the star called Taygete, which is planet Era as its home. As long as we react to negativity by using it in our psyche, we create it in our experiences and we suffer the consequences. It diminishes our lives. We have compartmentalized our awareness by adopting limiting, negative beliefs about ourselves, resulting in fear that we created. Without our interaction and life force, negativity disappears from our experience. At any time, we can resolve and release our limiting beliefs, and we can pay attention to people and things that inspire us with the energies of love, joy, and beauty. If these fill our awareness, we open ourselves to fulfillment in every way. It is helpful to pay attention to this, especially if you are going through a hard time. There is a tendency to think you can't feel good when you feel bad. But there are thousands of tiny moments in your day when you feel relief, soothed, or uplifted. If you are predominantly up, you will still have your lower feelings from time to time. And these simply remind you to flex that muscle of choosing something that feels better as quickly as you can. Your feelings don't make you a good or a bad person. You already are good, dear ones. You are pure light, pure love, formed from the spark of the divine. You are no more or less holy if you feel good or bad. You are no more or less enlightened because you already are light. You want to reach for better feelings. Not to achieve some level of spiritual evolution, but because your experience on this earth matters and you get to choose. The sleepers must convince themselves to believe and see who their real enemy and tyrants are. The sooner humanity wakes up, understands the lies and deception, the better it will be for all of us. Don't be modest. Let this be a challenge for everyone to participate and fulfill our maximum potential. Our planet is thoroughly polluted by large amounts of toxic chemicals, radiations, lies, deception, disinformation, defamation, fake news supported with half-truths, fraud, and falsified images, which in fact is nothing but deceptive brainwashing. All this is stored in the human organism, against which physical detoxification has become necessary. As we are able to transcend ego consciousness by releasing all fear and doubt, we gain access to our ability to create whatever we want that will enhance our lives and everyone we interact with. Our lives become miraculous and without stress. It is not believable in ego consciousness, but it happens on an energetic level and manifests in our experience. In our mental and emotional alignment with only life-enhancing energy, we can live in a higher dimension in parallel to the realm of duality. By realizing that we live in a vast field of electromagnetic energy, containing every possible kind of expression, and we are modulators of that energy, we can recognize our creative ability emanating from our mental and emotional processes, filtered by our beliefs about ourselves. Although we live under the influence of powerful energies of enslavement, we are the only ones who can limit our creative ability and keep ourselves from knowing our true essence. Sometimes there is comfort for you in your grief, until one day there is not, and that is when you reach for more. Sometimes there is power in your anger, but not for long, so you reach for more. Sometimes there is motivation beneath your jealousy, and as long as you don't stay stuck within it, it can inspire you to create more for yourself. Your emotions are not bad. They simply help you realize where you don't yet believe you are loved and where you do. They simply tell you if your thinking is lined up with the divine and your spirit or not. When someone dies, it is human to see the loss. The soul sees eternal relationships. When someone criticizes you, you feel disrespected. The soul sees the other's insecurity or pain. When you witness abominations in your world, you see evil. The soul sees misunderstanding and cries for love. When you do something that yields undesirable results, you see a mistake, but the soul sees an opportunity for growth. When you see as your soul sees, you may still grieve the physical presence of a loved one. But you will also take time to receive their love and reach for their presence instead of focusing exclusively on their absence. This great turnaround has begun. This process can no longer be stopped. Both from above and below, energies are converging on Earth. This is now, for many thousands of years, the long-awaited moment to move forward into our new 5D world. Light is revelation and change. The deep state cabal has been defeated. What is left are cabal puppets and their cronies, who will now be cleaned out piece by piece after most of humanity wakes up. Understand, the new world is already a reality. The turnaround has already begun right before your eyes. Start forgetting everything you have learnt before and forget it for good. Everyone's task now is to pass on this good message to all the people you know. Help them raise awareness and restore the confidence which everyone has once possessed. The report on what is about to happen will be the biggest news story in the history of mankind on planet Earth. More than 13 centuries of elite-led misinformation will soon come to an end. Disclosure means light and change for the healing of humanity and our planet. People, inside and outside governments, will start speaking the truth with more energy and clarity, with less fear than ever before in human history. Their words will be heard, preserved and multiplied beyond the reach of our oppressors. Many things will come to light. To see the world in the right light, revelation of these truths lets know how humanity has been deceived. Personal limitations are artificial mental and emotional constraints that we have imposed upon ourselves out of fear. They have no essence of their own, and they exist only because we create them with our beliefs. When we penetrate deeply within our essence, beyond ego consciousness, we can open our awareness to heart consciousness and realize our presence within universal consciousness. When your soul sees abominations, it wants to send light with compassion and pray to heal the sad disconnection and misunderstanding that motivates such behaviors. When your soul sees a so-called mistake, it revels in the opportunity to practice a better, kinder, and more uplifting way to be. Dear ones, we understand your human feelings. The divine lives within you and experiences each and every one of them with you without judgment. You are understood more than you will ever know upon your earth. We have great love and compassion for you. We comfort, soothe, and try to inspire you when you are in your pain, and we encourage you and cheer you onward when you are in your joy. We always do everything in our power to steer you towards kinder thoughts, a kinder reality, and a happier life. Always and forever, we remember who you truly are, love in human form. We recognize the love you are seeking to experience. We know the love you truly want to share. Beneath all appearances and all emotions, we focus our attention on the love, hoping always to help you draw it nearer to the surface of your life, not for the sake of anything other than your comfort and joy.